everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Lizzie and I'm a pastor's wife and mom of 3 in a small town in Vermont. I have a large sized garden and chickens and have kind of started a little bit of a small homesteading journey, and so I'm thankful you're here for that. Normally my videos are pretty heavy on gardening type things, but today I thought it'd be fun to do a little bit of a day in the life of just part of my day. And so I normally start my mornings around 5 or 5:15, and I do a little bit of exercise, and then as you saw, I get my coffee and I start my day with my Bible, and then I take my kids to school. And then today is Monday, which is grocery shopping day and errand day. So after I took my kids to school, I did those. We're back from that. So I have to take the groceries inside. I have some housework I need to do. And then when my son goes down for a nap, that's when I'll work on some of my gardening things. I want to give you a seedling tour update today if we have the time this afternoon to do that. So hopefully we will. So thank you for being here. I hope all right? I hope you find some motivation in this video today and enjoy coming along with me. Laundry is kind of the death of all of us, I think, but I have a pretty good system going right now. Each bedroom has its own dirty laundry basket, and each person is designated a day that I do their laundry. So Monday is my son, Tuesday is my daughter, Wednesday is mine and Aaron's, Thursday is my toddler's, and Friday is kind of for extra laundry that I need to do, or for catching up, or for sheets, or for something like that I need to accomplish. So I wash, fold, and then put it right back into that same dirty clothes basket, and it goes back into the room it came from. My 2 older kids put their own clothes away, which makes things a lot nicer for me. I also have that sock basket that's to the left of the dryer, and I put all the socks in there whenever they come out of the dryer, no matter who these are. And at the end of the week, normally on Fridays, I will sort them and pair them and put them where they go. So each person has over a week's worth of socks to be able to get through the week. Sometimes we have to go in there and get some, but not very often. And then that laundry basket on top of the dryer is just for extra things that get mixed in, or things that I need to take upstairs. I empty that about once a week. If you're wondering what happened right there, I was making some dough for someone who asked for some bread this week, and I put too much water in it. And I didn't really feel like it was salvageable, so I had to make it all over again. Mistakes happen, and we move on, and it's okay. lunch break and I got a little knitting done. And now I'm gonna get a little bit of gardening things done. And so on Mondays is when I fertilize all of my plants. That includes both my indoor plants and my seedlings that need to be fertilized. I am not fertilizing seedlings until they have 3 sets of leaves. You could do 2, but I'm doing 3 just to make sure that I don't burn them. So we're going to do the houseplants in here, then we're going to do the seedlings downstairs. They're in the basement under the grow lights that need the fertilizer, and then we'll water the regular ones. We'll water the other ones with just regular water, and then we'll head out to the greenhouse and fertilize those as well. And as we go along the way, I'm going to give you a little update of how my seeds are doing. The seedlings down here are doing fantastic. I have very few things that haven't worked well. Maybe a few things that I wish I had started earlier for the purposes that I want them for. And I'll share that with you as we go through, but come take a look at everything that's growing down here. So I'm gonna start over here with tomatoes. Look how beautiful these are looking. So these are ready to go into 4-inch pots. I do not have time to do that this week. I have a very, very busy week, but I will be doing that next week, putting all of these into 4-inch pots so they have lots of room to grow. It's about time to put them out into the greenhouse, and then I'll bring them in at night when it's too cold. And I love running my hand through them because you can smell the tomato smell, and it smells like summer. I have some different colors of bell peppers here, and some of them are going pretty slow. They took a lot longer to germinate than I expected. So next year, I'm gonna start them even earlier. I've done this for 3 years and still have not perfected growing the peppers. And so next year will be the year, I suppose. Down here we have some status, I believe. Let me double check, make sure. Yes, I have 4 containers of status. We have some dill, and the dill grew so fast that it actually touched let me see if I can focus. It actually touched the lights, and so a little bit of it got burnt, but that's okay. I just lowered them and it should be fine. And then back here we have cilantro, and it's just like I can't do a thing. I have 1 cilantro plant right there, and I have no other cilantro, and I just don't know what to do. And then I still have my little mint growing over here, which I definitely wish I had started way earlier. So now I know about that too. Start your mint early. We have a couple things over here. This is calendula, looking really, really beautiful. Gomphrena is looking really beautiful as well. I have a few empty spaces that didn't pop up, but that's okay. They may still pop up. And then right here is strawflower, again, looking really, really nice, almost to that 3-leaf stage. So those are pretty. I have some different perennials right here. Here's hollyhock. These are doing really, really nicely. And then I have daisies back here. We'll kind of see how they go. I have 1 lupin going, and that's it for the lupin, which is interesting to me. Now, the thing that's funny to me is right here, this celosia. I'll show you the celosia that's down here, but this celosia, only 1 is growing, and nothing. I have nothing else. And this is, what is this? This is coleus, so I'll separate that out in a month, maybe. I definitely should have. I wish I would have started these earlier too, because I would have liked these to be really big by the time it's time to put them out, but that's okay. So here's the celosia, right? Now, look at this. Look at that celosia. It's doing great. So I'm not really sure what that's all about. Why? And it's all the same seed. So I'm not really sure what that's all about. And then again, I have celosia that nothing's coming up. I don't really understand why. I started them all the same day in the same way of the same seeds. So have yet to figure that out. And then we have some marigolds right here. They're doing lovely. They'll be nice and big when it's time to put them out. I've got some pansies down here. These are really, really full. Again, I would start these earlier. I would put them into 72 cell count trays and then pop them up into 6 cell trays when they were ready so that they could be blooming by the time that it's time to put them out. But I know for next year. Here's some basil. This is the Genovese. And then this is the Thai basil. Again, not super successful, which is really weird because basil is generally easy to grow. The Genovese much better than the Thai. Have jalapenos right here. They're going to be potted up with the peppers and the tomatoes when I pot those up next week. And here's more petunias. These are interesting to me because again, same seed packet, same day, same growing medium, same growing start, everything. But yet these look so much healthier than the ones that were down at the bottom. They're a lot bushier and they're growing faster. And I don't have any reasoning for that. I think sometimes when you grow things in a basement type situation like this, I gotta go get my watering can. Did I leave it upstairs? I must have. When you grow in a basement situation like this with the lights, there's no way for it to be exactly the same every time. So everything's gonna grow a little bit different. It's not the same as growing in a greenhouse. So let's head out to the greenhouse and get those fertilized and I'll show you those. I'll be humble and I'll show you a fail first. These are my Walla Walla onions. I have seeded these twice and then you know what I did. I dropped them on the ground so they got like thrown everywhere. I don't know what to think about them. I mean, technically they're still green. So like they're still growing, but they're just not growing up. So I don't know what their problem is. I don't know why the seeds aren't growing a lot. So I got some yellow onion starts, some yellow onion sets to put in the ground as well because I just can't get these to grow. These snapdragons I am so happy with. About 2 weeks ago I started pinching these, the ones that were big enough. And so pinching is when you take that top part off after it has 3 or more leaves and it allows for more branching. So if you look at this one, instead of just one coming out from the top, there's now 2. I can definitely see 2. There actually might be more than 2, but at least 2 different stems coming out. So I'm gonna get more from this flower because I pinched them. And I started my snapdragons early enough that I was able to do that. I'm gonna skip over a few and show you a few of the snapdragons over here. I have a couple of really little ones that are low to the ground. And these are so little and low to the ground because I actually took the top of the snapdragon that I pinched and put it into the soil to see if it would root. And all of them have taken. So I have extra snapdragons growing from those. So in theory, you could actually double the amount of snapdragons that you have. Here's a few more over here. By pinching them and then rooting them in. to the soil. You could have more than double, actually. All right, so I'll go back over here. Geraniums are doing beautifully. So gorgeous. They're nice and big and full, doing wonderful. Here's the red onions, which, I mean, good for them. They're going great. I don't even know that I'm going to use that many red onions in here because they're so spicy, but I'll use them for salsas and stuff, I guess. I've got rosemary right here, which is just perfect coming along. Oregano right here, which is perfect coming along. The bells of Ireland, I have lost a lot of those for whatever reason. They are not the happiest things. They're a lot pickier than I thought they were going to be, but the ones that have lasted have really beautiful growth on them. And here's our Lysianthus. Still teeny tiny, but doing exactly what they're supposed to do. And I am really hoping that I'll be able to plant them out. I was hoping in the next 2 weeks, but I may have to wait just a little bit to see if they get a little bigger. Here's the pansies. Really bushy and beautiful. I'm hoping that they'll bloom this month. We will see. If they don't, I'll still use them because they are perennials in my area in zone 4. And this is our newest addition to the greenhouse. This is broccoli and cauliflower. And I started harding them off a couple of days ago, and I accidentally forgot about them. And so they spent all night outside when it was like 35 degrees on the porch by themselves, and they did great. They did wonderful. I actually put a lot of growth on them because they like the cool weather. So I have broccoli right here, I have cauliflower right here. You can tell that I have a lot of open spaces in some of these, and so I have reseeded, so I'm kind of waiting for those to pop up. These are for the roadside stand, not for me. I am not growing broccoli and cauliflower this year, and so if I do have start packs that look like this, where I'm missing one, I will discount those just to kind of get them through. But I think most of them, especially being out here in the chillier weather, most of them will probably start popping up within the next week or so. Hey, thanks for coming along with me today. I hope you found some motivation for some housework, or you found something creative that you can do, or you learned something today. And I'll see you in the next video that I create. But until then, keep growing.